I'm gonna switch you to full screen when you're ready. Ready?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Waiting for YouTube to go. Here we go. 3, 2.
We are going to settle it today. Lately, I've been posting a lot of California versus Texas, California versus Nevada, California versus Arizona. Tonight, we're going to find out, is it worth leaving California to a state with no state income tax? What's going on, guys? My name is Min Win with What's a Mortgage. Welcome to our channel. The goal of our channel is to simplify home ownership. Tonight, we are going to nip it in the butt. Also, we're going to nip in the butt is, should you buy right now with 5% down, or should you wait to save 20% down? Tonight, we're going to show you how to use our mortgage calculator so you can make the best decision for you and your family. If it's your first time tuning in, do me a huge favor, hit the subscribe and notification button so you're notified every time we go live or post new content. We go live every Monday night on Facebook and YouTube at 9 o'clock. Tuesday on Instagram, and we post content daily on TikTok and Instagram. If you're not following us on all our other platforms, please go ahead and do so. Also, guys, this is an interactive channel, so ask a lot of questions. So, the big debate: should you leave California? What you save in income tax, state income tax, is it better than going to another state and pay higher property taxes like the state of Texas? Right? So that's a debate everyone's been arguing about on our reels. So I want to go ahead and address that. Okay, so if you do have a job and you plan on leaving, or you have a job you plan on staying, what I recommend you do, there is a website out there called smartasset.com. Check it out. In smartasset.com, you can put your income tax in there, your gross income. Pick the zip code on where you are moving or the state, and it will tell you how much you're going to save in state income tax. Check it out. So you made $100,000 a year, and you. Oh yeah, go ahead. Here's an example here.
Can we take the mouse?
Yeah, go ahead. 1 second, guys. So you can see here. Right. So. You go here, you put in $100,000 a year. Doesn't matter, just put California. Married. Tell you below, your take home is about $80,000. Okay.
I'm gonna move the mouse for a little bit. Take it back.
Okay. So, but if you go to another state, like the state of Texas, right? Let's go Dallas, Texas. Let me see what's Texas's zip code. Let's put a zip code here in Texas. Zip code here really quick. 75216. 75216. 83,000. So, let me see here. Let me see. Let me get this. 83,000. Married. Is this California? 83,000. Let's see, what is this? State in Texas here. Advance. The calculator's not working. See here. There's no state income. Let me see what is going on here. See here. Let me refresh this right here really quick, guys. Give me 1 second. Why is it not working here? Why is there state income tax? Or pretty much it's $16,000. The difference is about, no state income tax. Here we go. It is right. So the difference is $3,000. That makes sense, guys? So if you decide you want to go to Texas, right? Everyone's talking about Texas is better than California. I'm not saying that California is better than Texas. But if you think you are leaving California to go to Texas for a better deal, it depends on how much you really make. So you think about this. If you made $100,000 a year, $83,000 is your take home. $83,000. You decide to go back to California, $80,000. So $3,000 difference. So now the big thing is, what can you get for $100,000, right?
Assuming the smart asset there so that you can see it.
Okay. So that's why if you're going to decide you're going to leave in California, use a smartasset.com and figure out, is it worth leaving California? The difference is $3,000 a month. Okay. So remember that before you decide to leave California. Same thing with Nevada. No state income tax, $3,000, right? So before everyone talks about it, it's all in the page. But in Texas, remember, you're going to get more bang for your buck for a house. So say you're out in Texas, okay? Let's go in here. Let's say you make 100 grand a year. We go to the qualifier on Techie Lender, right? 45% debt to income ratio. If you want to be conservative, drop it, right? But you know, the banks, they let you go up to 45%. Let's put in 100 grand a year. Right, 100 grand a year. 100 grand a year. Let's say you have $1,000 a month in credit card debt and car payment. How much do you need to make? Good to see you back in action, Mr. Consistent. Thank you so much. So 100 grand a year. What can you get for 100 grand a year? Let's go California first. All right, let's go 5% down. So that's why it's so important you guys know how to use this calculator. 5% down. 1.25% interest rate. Let's say the PMI with a 740 credit score is 0.44. That's why you got to learn how to use this calculator, guys. 42,000 payments, 37.16 on the 600 grand. Okay, I don't think I can afford that because if you scroll down here, it'll tell you you're in the red by $900. So let's say if I made 100 grand, I have to drop the purchase price. Let me drop the purchase price by 450. So 450. See, I'm still in the red. So pretty much if you bought something in California, as you can't with 100 grand, and you had $1,000 a month in debt. You see, I'm in the green now. See, you check here, you want to be in the green, right? So you're in the green, guys. So you know it's positive. So if you made 100 grand a year and you had $1,000 a month in debt, you can buy something for $435. So of course, in California, in Orange County, LA, San Diego, Northern Cal, you might not be able to get something for $435. But if you're looking at Kern County, Central California, then it's possible. Okay, so that's where if you made 100 grand a year, you would need you would need to save a bigger down payment if you want to live in California. That's why I run the numbers all the time, because it might be worth leaving California. Well, can you get something for $435 in another state? Don't forget. Let's say $435, you're saving $3 grand a year in taxes, okay? But don't forget, will you be able to get this $100,000 job in Texas? So at $435, remember, $435, if you leave California, you're saving $3 grand a year, right? I don't even want to run what a purchase price is in California for $435 because you're probably gonna get laugh, right? But can you do it for 2.5? So you raise the taxes to 2.5, you're gonna have to drop the purchase price. Look at this, $400. So I gotta drop the purchase price down to, if you made 100 grand a year at 400,000, $1 grand a month in debt, maybe you gotta pay down some debt. Will it be in the green? I'm not even in the green yet. So if you go to Texas with your 100 grand a year, you're looking at, see, 370. So if you go to Texas, if you made 100 grand a year, this is where you got to do your homework. If you made 100 grand a year, you stay in California, you either got to rent or you got to find something at a lower price or come in with a bigger down payment. If you leave California and your job, you stay at the same company, for some reason you could transfer over to Texas, you're saving $3 grand a year in state taxes, but now you can afford a home. You're not going to afford someone thinks that because they moved to Texas, they can afford more home. The price now is $370. So let's pick an area in Texas, right? Let's go to Texas. Let's go to what's called Austin, Texas. Right? Austin, Texas. What can you get for $375? So this is what you can get for $375 out in Texas. You're getting a small house. You're getting a small house if you leave California. So when you try to match, well, maybe we got to make some changes, because when you match purchase price, it's not the same price if you make the same amount of money. So that means if you decide you want to go to Texas and buy your home, you got to still make, and you got to find a job out in Texas that makes you 100 grand a year. You need an extra 3 grand a month in state taxes. Even though you make the same and you get 3 grand back, when they qualify you on your gross income. So it doesn't matter if you get to take home an extra 3 grand in Texas, but your purchasing power went from 435 to 375. So you tell me, is it worth going to Texas? Everyone is in a different situation. I'm not saying Texas is better than California or California is better than Texas. But when you start making plans on where to go, you need to use the Techie Lender calculator to break it down. Is it worth it? Let's go Dallas, Texas. Let's say you do want to go to Texas, but it's too expensive. Let's go to Dallas, Texas here. Now we're in Dallas, Texas. Woo! Now you get a little more home. Now you get a little more home, right? Now you get a little more home. See here. Now you get a little more home. Does it make sense, guys? So hopefully this helps you out. So now that we've ran the numbers, why don't we check out Nevada? So that's a different story. So of course, if you can leave and keep your California income, great. But if you can't leave and you want something comparable in your income, you got to dig, okay? So let's say Nevada has no state income tax. Nevada and Texas, if you make 100 grand, you're going to take home 83 grand. It's the same thing. But check this out. Techie Lender calculator. So what you got to do, if you decide you want to move to a specific state or county or city, put it in Google, find out what is the tax rate. So the average tax rate in Nevada is about 0.7%. So check it out. 0.7%. Okay. I'm not here to preach Nevada as well. I'm just here to run the numbers so you see. So that 0.7%. So if I made 100 grand, $1,000 a month in debt, pretty standard, 625 bucks. So I can almost bring this number up about 425, I'm thinking. So 425. Am I in the green? Yes, I am, by 300 bucks. I see an extra 300 bucks I can go up. So if I go to Nevada, because property taxes are lower, let me go here, 450. See what 460, let me see, 465. See, I'm gonna live by the limit here. Is this helpful, guys? Hopefully this is helpful information so you can see, is it worth it or not? Am I still in the green? Yes. So 365 or 465, right? So if I made 100 grand a year and I can keep my same job, California might not be an option because I only can afford 435,000. There's nothing, unless you're going to go out to Kern County or San Bernardino, deep somewhere in San Bernardino or Central California. If you made 100 grand and you had $1,000 a month in debt and you got to buy, okay? Texas, you can, now your qualifications go down. So these are things I want you to learn. And I'm telling you, I wish they would have taught me how to use this mortgage calculator, or there was this Techie Lender calculator when I was growing up, because now I can make the decision, is it worth it or not? Okay. So here, 420. So what's the price? 465. Let's check out Nevada here. Let's go with Reno or Las Vegas, Nevada. Was it 465? What can you get? 465. Let me see, 465. Well, I can get a lot here. Let me sort this by price. The price 465. Woo, look at that, 465. Now we're talking. Look at, now we're talking, right? There's a lot of condos. Ooh, look, what is this? 465,000. 3-bedroom, 2.5 bath, and almost 1,900 square feet for 465. So this makes sense. And that's why I tell you guys, don't sleep on Nevada. In Las Vegas, no one, no one's telling me to pitch you guys. I'm just telling you guys reality. If I can't afford to live where I am and I can't save the money I need to save to buy, at least I know how to make adjustments. That's why it's so important that you guys do two things. Smash the follow button and the notification button so you notify every time we go live or post new content. And use this mortgage calculator. Use the calculator so it empowers you to make the right decision, right? So figure out first, type in your monthly, your income inside smartasset.com. Figure out, hey, put in the zip code where you want to think about moving or you live in California, right? Married or single. Find out how much you're getting taxed and find out, is that savings worth it? So if you go from California to Nevada, let's say you're able to keep your same job. You go from California to Texas. It might not be worth it, right? Yes, there's other things in Texas you're dropping down in purchase price, but cheaper gas. Other things are cheaper. But if you're trying to compare home alone, not too crazy of a deal, right? If you can't compare purchase price to purchase price because property taxes are higher. So if you can stay your same job and go to Nevada, it looks like it might be worth it. Because for $465, because of the lower property taxes in Nevada, it is worth it if you can keep the same income. If your income changes, at least you know what's available out there for you when you make these decisions because you can look up the property. So the three things I would focus my energy on is use Smart Asset, look up your income, pick the state you're thinking about moving to, and find out, is there state income tax? If you want to know dollar for dollar what your net take home is, you can punch in the numbers yourself, okay? So that's what I would do. Now, let's focus on, some of you guys have your 5% down. Is it worth paying more? Is it worth saving a bigger down payment? I tell people, if you qualify 5% down, 10% down, buy now. Don't say, if you're in the 5%, how long is it going to take you to save an extra 5%? How long is it going to take you to save to 20% down? Let's run the numbers here really quick, guys, all right? So, techie lender again. I always go with conventional guidelines here. Conventional loans. Let's say you want to buy a house in California. Let's say 700, right? 700,000. I need to so 700,000. Interest right now is 4.25. 5% down, which is out of pocket $35,000 for 5% down. So you know an extra 35% down, or extra 35,000, an extra 35 grand will be 10% down. That's $35,000, okay? So on $35,000, how long will it take for you to save an extra $35,000? If you save $1,000 a month, it would take you almost 3 years. If you save $2,000 a month, it would take you 1.5 years. But will that price be there? Is it worth it? Let's find out, right? So $35,000 down, 5% down, okay? Property tax right now, if you bought a home, 700 grand, 5% down, your payment would be $4,000, okay? So would you rather put the 5% down and pay $4,000 a month, or it's 4,000, right? Let's go with 10% down. And that's why you guys gotta learn how to use this calculator. Where do you get interest rates? Fam, every morning for owner occupied rates, Monday through Friday, between 6:40 or between 7 a.m. to 8 a.m. I always repeat daily mortgage interest rate. So whatever I repeat, put it in there. Well, man, sometimes I'm thinking about, those are my credit scores. Those are my parameters. DM us for the parameters, okay? 10% down. We said 4 grand, right? 4 grand. For those of you who kind of try to troll, yes, 10% down has cheaper PMI. 37.27, 37.47. So that's $250 a month. So you are going to rent, try to save an extra 10% down, which is an extra $35,000, right? $35,000 to save $250 a month. That's why I'm telling you guys, don't sleep on a lower down payment. The difference is $250 a month. So if you took $35,000, right? $35,000 divided by $250 a month, 140 months. You would need to keep this loan more than 140 months for your 5% down to be more than your 10% down for your out of pocket. Yes, interest and amortization, different story. Okay, I'm just showing payment wise, right? It would take over 10 years. That's why if you got that 5% down, think about this, guys. Hear me out. You are gonna save $2,000 a month for 18 months to save $250 a month. Do the math. Some people, that's what they're doing. I run across that all the time. You're not alone. I see a lot of people, they have their down payment, but they're saving $2,000-3,000 a month. I know it sounds crazy, right? To change a payment a couple $100. Does that make sense? It doesn't make any sense. Yes, long term, but the average American keeps their first loan for 5 to 7 years. How the rich get richer, OPM other people's money. They don't tie down all of their own money to make money. Oh, my foot's stuck. Hold on. To make money. All right, guys. So think about this. This $700,000 home, right? Let's go amortization here. Let's say it says it would take you, let's say 2 years to save that extra $35,000. Imagine this. So if you waited, let's say worst case, things go back to normal. We appreciate 4% a year. 4% a year. If you waited, and that's why I love this calculator, if you waited 2 years for your extra $35,000, your purchase price is $757, right? $757. Let's say as you're doing that, also remember you're paying rent. Let's say you're paying $2,500 a month in rent. So in 2 years, rent appreciates 3% a year. In 2 years, you'd pay 60 grand in rent while you're saving your extra money for down payment. Okay, so you're paying $2,500 a month for rent, and of course rent goes up 3% a year. I know it goes up more now. That's so you in 2 years you paid 60 racks for rent, so you can save an extra $35,000. And that's why some people, oh man, you're just saying that because you're a loan officer. Do the math. I'm not trying to convince you to buy a loan. I'm trying to convince you to save your life. I'm trying to convince you to do what's best for you and your family, right? So imagine that. But let's say in 2 years, you think prices can be at the same place? Well, if prices go down, rates will go up to keep pushing payments up. But let's say prices don't go down. So 757. So if you go up here and you change your purchase price, right? 758. Let's round it up. 758. You're able to save 10% down. $90,000, $4,057. So you went out there to pay 60 racks in rent, save $2,000 a month for 2 years to pay the same thing you would buying it 5% down. Make sense? That's why I love this calculator. And I'm not here to rub it in. I'm here to present you guys facts, right? Let me know the next day you wake up 1 + 1 is not 2 anymore. And you can now run the numbers to see, hey, is it worth it or not? Can you save money quick enough? And that's why a lot of people missed out. I see my neighbors, my friends tell me, oh, I was saving for some of my neighbors who rent in my neighborhood. Oh, I was just waiting for the market to turn. I was waiting to save for a bigger down payment. Now I have a bigger down payment, but I'm priced out of the market. So many people are saying that. That's why don't sleep on Nevada. Don't sleep on Arizona. Don't sleep on looking at other states. Some of you guys are stubborn. I'm saying ball out. If you can ball out and afford to live in California, more power to you. If you want to rent and live in California, more power to you. But do me a favor, you can do that. Take the difference of the money you're saving and invest it and do something positive. Don't just sit there and go, oh, I'm saving money because I'm renting, and then you blow the difference of the money. If you can rent and save more money, more power to you. But if you're thinking about being a homeowner sometime in the future, you need to have a strategy. You need to have a plan, right? My wife, I love my wife. And you know why? Dude, first of all, she's smart. So we sat there with a game plan. How are we going to buy in the next couple of years? What do we need to do? She had to work full time, but we want to make sure she worked from home because we didn't want to work full time but pay for daycare. Well, that's not possible. We found a way for her to work from home, right? So gas money, by the way, gas money was about $300 some bucks, almost $400 a month. So every $350 a month, that's $50,000 of buying power. Even though it doesn't affect your DTI, it's good to have that wiggle room, right? So, but you got to sit there and plan it out. Some of you guys, I refuse to leave California. My friends and family are here. Great. Either you're going to rent here for the rest of your life, which is fine, or find a way to save a big enough down payment or work the numbers to make it happen. But if you work the numbers and it doesn't seem to happen, that's why you got to use this calculator. Then you got to make decisions. Hey, I got to find a different way, right? So right now I'm in the same situation. Of course, it's perspective. Some guys talk, oh, you don't know how it is. Trust me, I lost everything a couple years ago. I know how it is not to have anything, to live at home at my parents' house. So don't trip. So the next home I'm buying right now, so the house I want right now is worth 1.5 million. And I did my numbers. By the time I'm ready for the down payment, it's 1.8 million. 10% down. I'm only doing 10% because I know how these numbers work. Or I can pull cash out of this house, right? It's 180 grand. 10% down is 180 grand. So 10% down with inflation, do my number woo-woo, my monthly mortgage payment is 10 grand. So I got to find a way to make at least 360 grand a year for me to feel comfortable to buy this house. So either it's my income, so my wife, whatever she makes, it goes to saving, it goes to my son. So I got to find a way. Can I do it on one job? I can, but it's safer if I have my side hustle. So how do I build my side hustle so when I buy down the road, I can afford it, right? Or if I couldn't, I'm like, man, this is way too rich for my blood. Maybe I need to move to Nevada. Maybe I need to move to Arizona. But run the numbers, guys. Run the numbers so you can run your life. And I'm telling you this because I care, right? Wham is at a breaking point now where we're Gucci, right? Things are good. And because all you guys who watched me and support me and helped me get here, I'm trying to bring you a gift, right? I'm trying to bring you a gift. Use another lender. I don't give up. Right? Use another realtor. I don't care. But don't do nothing. Don't do anything. Don't sit there and go, oh, I can't do this. If you can't do it, make some changes. But you can't make changes unless you run the numbers. All right? Guys, if you have a scenario, let me check it out here. All right, guys, hopefully this helps you guys out. Was this helpful? If it was, do me a huge favor. Save this video, share this video, and like it. But let me go through run through this calculator really quick, okay?
I'm moving mouse.
Yeah.
Take your mouse.
All right, ready, guys? So when you do this, right, we got to go up to the top. This really doesn't matter. This is for you to know. 7, pick your credit score. Conventional, FHA, VA, right? It's for owner occupied only. We didn't build this out for investment. I'm sorry. If you investors, you ball out. You can call a lender, okay? Primary residence, investment. You can put that in there, but it's pretty much for primary residence. Select the state. So in California, we have all the loan limits in here. When you leave California, you gotta Google the property tax rate outside of California. Put in the county, put in the state. All right, county and state, and look up the county tax rate, your tax rate, okay? Or your city tax rate. Put in this right here, single family home, condo, really doesn't matter. Put in HOA or not, I always put yes in case you gotta put in HOA. Purchase price. This is where you control the purchase price, all right? Interest rate. You can click this button, they'll tell you where your average interest rate is at. But if I were you, Monday through Friday, from 7, unless it's a holiday, 7 a.m. to 8, I always post daily rates. So I didn't post today because today was President's Day, but it's 4.25, okay? You can change 30-year fixed, 25-year fixed, change your amortization. If you're upgrading to your next home, you have a lot of equity, you can go with a lower amortization. Pick by percentage, or you can pick by dollar amount. It all depends. I typically go, I think pound for pound, the best loan is the 5% down conventional loan. Also, guys, for some of you guys, if you're buying in San Diego, Orange County, LA County, or the Bay, or Hawaii or Alaska, if your purchase price is over $750 and you go 10% down, you go 10.01% down and you won't have PMI. That's a trick. If you're a lender or realtor, don't steal that trick from me, okay? If you go 10.01% down on a loan amount, on a $750 purchase price or more, up to $1 million, right? $1 million and some change. If you go 10.01% down, they push you in the jumbo category. And on jumbo loans, there's no PMI. You're gonna get the same rate, but you're gonna save a couple $100 on PMI. If you are a consumer, you don't know how to do that, DM me. If you're a loan officer, you don't know how to do that, ask your manager. It's available. You just need to structure it correctly. 10.01%, all right? Don't sleep on that. So you put in your down payment, write that down. Andy, we'll use that for an ad, by the way. All right, so you put in your down payment, it'll put in your loan amount, right? Quote, do you have an insurance quote? Always click no, unless you do have a quote. Click automatic right here. Property tax. Click calculate automatically, you can click yes. We have ours at 1.25 because we're in California. But if you are out of state or in an area has a higher property tax because of Melrose, right? Always click no. Gives you your property tax. Mortgage insurance. It's a little difficult. You gotta click this button right here. Factor in your mortgage insurance. I know right now for 5% down it's 0.44. If you go 5% down, but you have above a 740, above a 760 is 0.29, right? So 740, which is average, is 0.44 for a conventional. And it'll spit out your payment down, right? Once you got your payment, that's where you got to make your adjustments. For those of you who want to take it to the next level, scroll down. You can do your amortization and all, so you can see how much interest you're going to pay over 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, depending on if you want to find out what you're going to pay in 30 years on interest, it'll calculate all for you, right? Principal, interest. How much your homes appreciate, you can put that in there. See how much your home appreciates, okay? It'll match, your appreciation will go with how many long you have the home for. If you want to go the qualifier, put in the DTI, 45 or less. For those conservative or for the Dave Ramsey people out there, you can put 35, 40%. It's up to you. The lower the DTI, the more money you're going to make. You got to make. Put in your annual income or your monthly income. Put in the income right here, your monthly debts. When I'm talking about liability, I'm talking about stuff that's on your credit report. Revolving debt, installment debt, right? Any other debts that have monthly payments that you personally guarantee with your credit, put that thing on there, okay? Yes, you can put a down payment on that, but my main thing is that because you want to know where to adjust in income. And boom, that's how you calculate it, guys. Hopefully that was useful for you. Let me go ahead and go down the comments here really quick. What up, Mark? How you doing? What's going on, Jolie? Was that helpful, useful information? If it was, do me a huge favor. Save this video, share this video, and like. And if you haven't followed us by now, don't forget to follow us. And for those of you who want to check out that 10% down, 10.01% down, no PMI conventional, please give us a call. 714-790-9697. If you have a specific scenario that you want to run the numbers to make sure you can qualify to buy or set up your mortgage plan to buy sometime in 2022, give us a call. 714-790-9697 if you want us to help you out with that. What up, Jolene? How you doing? DL? What's going on, DL? What's up, May?
Switch it to chat.
Yeah, go ahead.
Switch it to chat.
Switch it to chat. What up, Erica? How you doing? Good?
There.
Okay, what up, Erica? Tino, how you doing? Willie, depends on what part of Texas. Austin is the same as California. Socorro, what's going on? What about moving to Las Vegas? Do not sleep on Las Vegas, Socorro. I would definitely check out Las Vegas. Good to see you back. Thank you so much, DL. Michelle, what about San Bernardino? San Bernardino, same tax rate. I like San Bernardino. You got to decide, Michelle, what's the purchase price of San Bernardino? Don't forget, San Bernardino and Riverside County only go up to 647. So I think your max purchase price, if you're going to go 3% down, is 665, 5% down, 680. I think. I can't remember. Homes in Los Angeles are way over 450. I know, Sergio. I use 450 as an explanation. Min, can you drop debt to 500? Maybe. Yes. If you drop it to 500, let's do 500. You make 100 grand a year. Let's do this for Aunt Gigi in the house. Let's go to the, yeah. All right, Aunt Gigi. Let's say you have your monthly debt of 500, right? If you made 100 grand a year and you have 500 bucks a month in debt, and you're in the state of California, let's go over here. Let's drop this down to, I think 450 would give you 500. Hold on, let me see. No, you gotta make 110 for California. Let's see here, 500, 3,000 bucks a month. Let's see where you're at. You're in the green. So you can go a little bit over that. You can go up to, see how you're in the green right here? So guys, pay attention. When it says available liability, what's in the green, that means you got a little more wiggle room. It's gonna be tight still because you have 45% DTI, but your max on this one, if you make 100 grand a year and $500 a month in debt in California, 32 bucks. So it's 520. Okay? 520, and there's your mortgage payment. So hopefully that helps you out there, Angie. All right, let's go back to the comments. Austin is way expensive. Oh no, pick around rock. Austin is too expensive. There are several cities in Texas that are way more affordable. Yes, Danny. So I'm not knocking Texas, but if you decide you want to go to Texas from California, just know that the purchase price goes down. But if you made 100 grand a year, it's gonna save you 3 grand a month. If you if you move to Texas, it's gonna save you 33 grand a year, right? Which is what, 270. What's it? 300 bucks? Not even 300, like 250 bucks a month in state income tax. All right, guys. So be careful. So remember those things. $3,000 at $100,000, right?
How to do that? Let me fix it. Oh my gosh.
What are you gonna fix? What's going on? Yeah, jobs in Texas pay less. It's a big math problem. Yeah, so like I said, I think it's great. If it was me, and if my whole family wasn't here in California, and my brother's still kind of young, my parents are still walking, they're still able to not, unless I have to move. My wife said I would have to move my family and her family if we leave California. So that is a big nut I cannot crack yet. It's better that I just live here in California. But if it wasn't for them and I can keep my California income, I would go to Nevada or Texas all day long, right? More bang for your buck. I don't mind paying because if you make over a certain dollar amount, yes, leaving California because of state income tax is great. But when you're making 100 less, as you show, it's not going to crack the bank, okay? Not going to crack the bank. What up, Danny? Finding a decent job. How about Henderson, Nevada? Henderson, Nevada, all day long, Michelle. Veterans, I have a veteran loan before on prior house. Divorce, but VA says nothing, not qualifying for VA. Can you offer advice? Veteran, I have a veteran's loan before on prior house. Divorce, but VA says, yes, if you're divorced, Tim Copeland. So if you bought a home with a VA loan and you got divorced and you don't live in the house anymore, don't forget, that home you still bought with a VA loan. So unless you moved your new place and you still have your entitlement, depending on how much entitlement you have, you can still go VA. It's really hard to have two entitlements, by the way. It's better that you sell your current home if you can find a way, or have your wife or ex-wife refinance you off so you have your entitlement reinstated and you buy your next home VA all day long. It is really hard to do that. Is a calculator based on adjusted gross income? Murtala, yes, it is. It's based on adjusted gross income. Hopefully that helps you out, Tim. Oh, I'm super sad. I only make $105,000 a year, roughly market in San Diego, but I'm VA, so maybe I can pray a lot and something gets lucky. Meanwhile, my BOA is back up and I'm gonna lay low for a few days. Hurt. Miss Jump Master. Yes, VA. Don't forget VA. There's no monthly PMI. So on $105,000 a month, $105,000 a year, you probably can afford more home. Okay. I need my how to multiply my income calculator. Well, your income calculator, just take your yearly gross income and punch the number in. Okay.
Throw the joke.
Okay. Multiply my income. I have the deposit. I haven't earned $100K a year yet. I would like to have a Toll Brother home, but I don't earn enough. DL, if you do not own enough, maybe buy with a cosigner, right? If it was me, I would buy with a cosign if you can, DL. Move into the house. Hopefully someone helps you out with the mortgage payment, because if you can't qualify for that payment, you should not get that house. But if you don't qualify, you add a cosigner. I mean, think about it. If you add a cosigner, make sure someone's helping you with the payment. Because if you didn't qualify alone and you don't have anyone helping you with the payment, adding a cosigner is setting you up for failure. Okay? So I would do this, if this is possible. Add a family member. Okay? Here's a secret. Buy the house, have your family member cosign, rent out a couple rooms. After 2 years, every year you want to claim border rent, which means if you rent out each room and you claim it on your tax returns as border rent, after 2 years, you can refinance your relative off, and now you have this home by yourself. Okay? And you got them off of it. And you still use border rent, so you qualify. That's what I would do, okay? Hopefully that helps you out. $25,000 in debt, make $175,000 a year, 3% down. Please help. Love your show. Thank you so much, Martin. So let's do Martin Vasquez situation here. So $25,000. See, I didn't know, Martin, how much is what's the monthly payment on that $25,000? Okay, but let's say on $25,000, I'll give you, let's say, $500 a month. Actually, he put the number in here. Let's go to the calculator really quick. This is for Martin Vasquez here. All right, guys. Martin Vasquez wants to go. So pretty easy, guys. So you know 750, you got to be at least Orange County, LA, or San Diego. Go to our calculator, guys. 3.5% down, so that's FHA. 750. On FHA, all the PMI is already in there for you. If you increase it to 5% down, FHA, it changes the PMI too. I know your rate on Friday was 3.75. 3.5% down. If it's California, all the property taxes in there for you. So if you buy FHA 750, your total out of pocket with down payment closing costs is $41,000. All right. So I love this calculator. It calculates it all for you. Total monthly payment $49.13. And if you want to find out if you qualify, right, Martin, scroll to the bottom. Close this one out here really quick. Scroll to the bottom. $175K a year with $25,000 in debt. Let's do $1,000 a month. All right. You're still in the green. That means you still qualify. Hopefully that helps you out. What's going on, Martin? Hopefully that was helpful, Martin. Hey, Dad. Paku, what's going on? Lynn, what's going on? Jen. What credit score need for FHA? I do recommend you have a 660 or better, but if you have a 620 to 660, you're still fine. All right, hopefully that helps you out. It's hard for first time. What? That was for Jen. What up, Millennial? How you doing? Don't have extra cash? What's going on? Millennial, if you don't have extra cash and the home doesn't appraise, do a renovation loan. They will loan you up to 110% of the new appraised value. Danny, do I see the market cooling off? It's cooling off right now. They say January numbers are a lot cooler than it was last year. Okay, so January numbers are cooling off. So will it hold off? I do not know. Right now, within there's about 400-something homes for sale in the United States. 400-something. That's not even close. Right now, there's a month and a half worth of inventory. We would need 9 months of inventory or more for it to be a buyer's market. 9 months. Right now, we're in 1.6 month. You can find all this stuff on Redfin for all the trollers who like, where do you get this information? Did he make it up? No, it's on Redfin and what's it called? National Association of Real Estate. All the numbers are the same. It's about 4. So if you look on NAREP, it'll say 800, or I think NAREP or Redfin. This part I'm confused. One of them will say 800,000 homes are on the market for sale. And I think NAREP, right? NAREP actually says when they do the numbers, they count pending listings. That means if it's in escrow, they're still counting the numbers as homes for sale, which is 800,000. I think Redfin only counts the ones that are not in escrow, which is 400-something thousand. Okay. See here. We'll see what else. Wilmer, what's a good amount of money to save for a down payment closing costs? It depends on the purchase price. It all depends on the purchase price, Wilmer. I think my favorite is the 5% down, 2.5% closing costs. I think 7.5% is the best. Lynn, what if it doesn't make $1, it doesn't make sense. That's right. What's the name of the calculator? It's the Techulator. Oh, you posted on there already. What up, Millennial? What's going on? We'll stay with you. What up, Jolene? Ernesto was good. Ever Velasquez, new homeowner, easy way to buy in California around 350. 350, it's gonna be 3.5% down. Most likely it's not gonna be in Orange County, LA, Orange County, LA, Riverside, San Diego right now, but in Central California, it does make sense. And in Kern County, hopefully that helps you out. If you want to look at the numbers, ever please DM us, okay? How about selling to upgrade? If you bought a house in 2019, it depends. It all depends on what does it make sense to you. Some people need the rest of the money. So if you hold on to your house, that means you have less to put down on your new home, okay? The less you have to put down, the higher the monthly mortgage payment. If you do a cash out refinance, you can go up to 80% of the appraised value. If you sell your house, you're gonna lose 7% to the in cost. So there's like that 13%. Do you need that extra 13%? Where did I get 13% from? 100% minus 7% is 97. If you do a cash out refinance, up to only 80. So that's where you have your 13%. So is it worth it? It all depends if you need that 13%, Sean. Hopefully that helps you out. Did jumbo loan amount increase for LA? High balance increased to 1 million to I think 900-something thousand. But I know if you go 5% down, so check this out: 1,020,000, 5% down. Your monthly mortgage payment is about $6,400 a month, and that's 5% down, which you can do right now. That's 50 grand. A little bit over 50 grand. It's definitely useful information. Thank you. I do have a specific scenario. I'll call you. Miss Jump Master, please give us a call. New to all this, thank you for your information. Thank you for Hernandez. Any homeowners insurance recommendation? I do not have one. I'm so sorry right now. One of my favorite Facebook pages about real estate, sharing your video. Thank you so much, Jason. Angie was good. Miss Jump Master. Yes, I need that scenario. Let's do Miss Jump Master really quick here.
Okay, let me switch it over.
All right, let's switch this over really quick. So 105 grand a year. So let's do it backwards here. Let's go 105 grand a year. $105,000 a year, $1,000 a month in debt. VA disability, dude. Miss Jumper's got it all, huh? VA. You got your disability, so you got the first timer, yes. Funding fee is waived, yes. Okay. So VA, you got a rate. If you got 3.25, that's a good rate. If it's locked, I have a buying power from credit union. 3.25. Do you already have a home in escrow, Miss Jumper? It's a lot of people. By the way, unless you do have a bank that does lock you, most banks, unless it's a new construction, does not lock you right now. The fact that you got 3.25, that's a good deal. Right now, I see on VA and FHA, I'm seeing a rate of 3.75. The fact that you got 3.25 is a great deal. Okay. Let me see here. Buying power here. Buying power here. So you're negative. I mean, you're not negative, but we got to back off because you're over by $1,200 a month. Make sense? So that's how you guys kind of know when you're over the limit. So right now we need to back off 750. Let's go back down to 600. Let's see what 600 does for 105,000 a year. Are you in the green? Still in the red, right? So we're going to back off a little bit more. 575. 3.25 VA. $11,000 out of pocket for closing costs. 3,173. 45% DTI. $1,000 a month in debt. Still off. $105,000. Or 550. I mean, 3.25. See here. Property tax 1.25. 11,000. You're in the grid. Oh, you got to drop it still more. Dang, crazy where prices are at right now. 105,000. Am I in the green? Now I am. So for 105,000 a year with $1,000 a month in debt, that's 525. If it was me, Miss Jumper, I would eliminate. Remember, for every $350 a month you eliminate, it would give you $50,000 of buying power. So if you were able to get rid of that $1,000 a month, you would be able to afford a home for about 150 grand more. All right, hopefully that helps you out. Ernesto, guys, if you want a specific scenario, do me a huge favor tonight. Please DM us, okay? Or give us a call, 714-790-9697, all right? So we'll do other scenarios when you message us. John, what's up, man? Going to buy a second home in Dallas, Texas. Payment on a $500,000 10% down. Please, guys, DM us. Or, hey, can we message these guys directly, Andy?
I can send a message.
Yeah.
Conversation.
Yeah, send a message to conversation for these guys. Do you recommend Dallas? I like Dallas. It's more affordable compared to Houston and Austin. Okay. Thank you so much. You're welcome. First time buyer. What's going on, Pagel Style? 200 grand gross annual income, 80 grand student loans. What's the best path? Paying $2,600 a month for rent. Is there payment on your student loan or not? If there is a payment on your student loan, that's added to your debt to income ratio. If there's no payment, they're gonna add, I think, $400 a month to your debt to income ratio, right? But if your student loan is an income based repayment, it says 0, they add 0 payments. Just purchased a home 6 months ago. Can we purchase another home? Jan has a great question. Just purchased a home 6 months ago. Can we purchase another home? For you to purchase another home, owner occupied, you got to wait 12 months. When you do go out there and buy a home, you do sign a form saying that you will occupy your home for 12 months. Unless there's something crazy or drastic that happened, you would have to wait 6 more months. Hopefully that helps you out. All that information, that's impressive. Please DM me, guys. What calculator do you use? Techie Lender. We want to move to Georgia. Property taxes are relatively low. Using VA, we are about for only months reserves. Guys, if you're on YouTube, like I said, please give us a call, 714-790-9697, all right? Or you can always message us at info@whatsamortgage.com and we'll send you your scenario, okay? Hopefully that helps you out. Let's see here. Anything else? I'm in. Is it better to Michelle? I told you to refi 2 years ago or a year ago. Do a line of credit. If you need cash, do a line of credit. Michelle, you got that 2.35. Do a line of credit. Dallas has some bomb. Dude, I love Vietnamese food out there. All right, guys. Were you able to message everybody, Andy?
Well, what was the question?
Were you able to message everybody?
No, you wanted me to message them? You were saying them to message you.
No. But can we message them? Actually, I'll message them afterwards, after the live. All right, guys. Hopefully, this information was useful. If it was useful, do me a huge favor. Save this video. Share this video. I'm not saying that I'm getting out of mortgages. Oh, you're going to get out of mortgages. No, I'm not getting out of mortgages. But if I ever did, the one thing I want to pass on to all of you is using this mortgage calculator. Okay? Learn how to use this calculator. Right? If you have questions, always message us. You want to know how to do it so you can make adjustments in life. I'm not smarter than you guys, right? I'm just executing a plan, right? We all think about what we want, but we need to know where does it lead us? How do we get there, right? What is the path to get there? And you got to run the numbers. Guys, run the numbers so you can run your life. Like I said, and I'm doing this because I really appreciate it. Today, I was like, send you guys some positive vibes. You can feel it, right? But I'm telling, and I want to help you with these numbers because I want you to reach your goals. You guys help me reach my goal. You know, you guys have followed me, have shared my content. It's going to be 5 years in June, right? 5 years in June. If I can do something to help prepare you for life, let me know. And I'm trying to do this right now is I'm providing you this calculator. I'm showing you how to use it. If you don't know how to use it, please message me and I'll show you how to use this calculator. The only tricky thing is the PMI. But if you read the PMI chart, you just take the rate and you start adding the numbers and you put the tax rate, the PMI rate in there. Okay. If it's FHA, it's already calculated. Conventional is a little challenging. So if you need help, please reach out. I want you to start setting a goal and a plan, right? You don't know you need a side hustle until you run the numbers. You don't know you need to move until you run the numbers. You don't know that you need roommates until you run the numbers. Run the numbers. I keep saying that because I want you guys to be well prepared. All right, guys? We want to end all our episodes with our attitude is gratitude. Without you, there is no wham. So thank you guys so much.